Mayday, Mayday, this is the USS Wave of Absurdity. We have been hit by an unknown torpedo. I repeat, hit by an unknown torpedo, and we are sinking. I repeat once more, we are sinking. I am deploying the emergency.
That's an airplane.
We are deploying the emergency things.
Floosh. Emergency things deployed, sir. Floosh.
Thank goodness. And as we are in these things of emergency,
In the water, I guess.
it's an emergency podcast.
Number 2.
Thank goodness we've escaped that tragic incident. First, we were floating towards the sun. How did we escape that, Phil?
You farted. It blew us out of the orbit.
And now we're here. How life is funny.
How is life funny? Let us count the ways. But first, we cannot operate without our future held before us. Our fortune, if you will.
Let me just crack open this fortune cookie that I totally bought. Wait, we already did this. Oh, let's just go for another cookie. Pursue your dreams with vigor.
Done. All right. I feel good that we can put that in the bag, mark it down as finished. Not a problem.
Well, we are off onto a storming start, if I do say so.
With vigor!
Exactly, Phil. With vigor.
It's a sex-filled emergency podcast.
Oh boy. So, coming up, we have my news. We have some more of Phil's dates. This was highly requested by many people. So they're back just for the emergency podcast only. We've got a bit of fetish talk coming up. Ooh, kinky.
Just a bit. It's my fetish to talk about it online. Haha, win-win.
And are you a bit of an antisocial? Well, we have some conversation mistakes, common conversation mistakes that people perpetrate, and we're gonna try and help you.
Yeah, because as podcasters, we don't make any mistakes.
Exactly. So next is Rather You Would, Craigslist, and that will be the end. So
When you put it that way, God, why even listen?
exactly. My news. I have some fun news for everyone. Death by wedgie. Stepdad suffocates after underpants pulled over his head.
I need to question your source.
No, what? It's totally legit. It's totally
Is it called
legit.
The Sun?
No. Not every newspaper in the UK is called The Sun, Phil.
Just in London?
According to police, Denver Lee St. Clair's stepson claimed he carried out the playground prank after his stepfather jumped him. A former U.S. Marine has been charged with murdering his stepdad by giving him a wedgie. Brad Davis, 33, is accused of suffocating Denver St. Clair, 58, by pulling the victim's pants and stretching them over his head and around his neck. According to the statements given to the police, the pair began fighting at Mr. St. Clair's home after he badmouthed his wife, Teresa, who is Davis's mum. Very, very important information there. Officers said Davis told them he punched his stepdad unconscious after the older man jumped him. David added that this is when he pulled the elastic of Mr. St. Clair's pants up over his head from behind, a prank known as an atomic wedgie.
So, all right. I have a problem with this simply because if you've ever had underwear, regular underwear, briefs, boxers, tighty-whities, whatever, you can breathe through them. I mean, he had to have been choked as well, or the elastic or something. Yeah, you just can't choke that way. Plus, he slugged him.
Well, yeah, he beat him unconscious and then gave him an atomic wedgie, which is kind of pointless because you want him to feel the wedgie. So why would you beat somebody unconscious?
Yeah, did he choke on his drawers? Well, that's tragic, I guess.
Imagine that. Imagine that's how you're going to die, is just by an atomic wedgie.
I hope the underwear was clean.
Oh, God. Oh,
I've,
God.
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my head.
Tell me, Phil, are you wearing clean undies today? After we've
I'm
just
not.
escaped once more?
I decided it's easier to just not wear underwear.
You live life on the edge. What if you wee? What about the dribbles that come out, man? You're just going to stain your pants all over the place.
Nobody looks below the knee for stains, so I'm not worried. Yeah. All right, what's next?
Oh, with that kind of talk, I'm wondered why you didn't get all the ladies. What a segue! Phil and ladies, it's only Phil's dates.
Well, these are delicious dates. When I was younger, let me take you back. The year's probably always going to be 1992 or 6. I don't know, somewhere back there. I was a young lad in my early teens, looking for love. Not just looking for love, looking for companionship as well. I truly found a lot of women, I say women, girls my age, 16, 17, very, very endearing. I wasn't that popular of a person back in the day, but I had some friends that were very,
Did you just
yes, I did. That were very social. So hanging around them, there's a lot of proxy dating going on. Yeah, you know what? We call this Phil's date, but I didn't even get to that point. There was this girl that I was fond of. Pretty much the whole summer. Her house, because the situation with her parents, they never seemed like they were there. And she had a pool. So, party central or whatever. Really cool girl. I thought, I want to ask her out. I want her to be mine. I wanted the situation to be ideal. And for me, at the time, ideal was asking her while we were smoking a bowl in her parents' shed right before getting into the pool. So yeah, I was trying to work my way up to it over the course of the day. There's people hanging out and leaving, but I've been there for a while. I can feel like she knows that, I've been trying to say something. I probably was acting a little differently. It's probably very noticeable. I finally was in this scenario in private, just me and her in her shed, smoking a bowl. And, maybe I was a little tongue-tied, but eventually I got it out. I told her that I liked her, and
you got it out, huh?
I got it out, and she called the police. No, I got out the fact that
You got it out, your bag of glass.
I enjoyed her company, and I thought it would be cool if we could go out, just me and her. And she was very relieved. She's like, oh my God, this whole day I thought you were going to come out to me and tell me you were gay. Holy shit, did she have a big chuckle over that. Like, no, I can understand. You thought I was embarrassed, but I don't know, why would you think? She's like, I just thought that was the way you were.
It's your mannerisms.
Yeah. So, obviously, when I asked her, I guess, does that mean, that you haven't thought about us in that way? She's like, oh, no, you're fun to hang out with, but it's probably not going to be like that.
So that's devastating. So she thought, not only are you a pathetic excuse for a male, that you can't even get women, she also thought you was gay.
Are you slandering gay people?
No, I'm just slandering you as a person of how pathetic she saw you. She just sees this pathetic, well, let's face it, sludge that could obviously not date a woman such as herself. So obviously she thinks that you must be gay.
I was the only one that stuck around when she threw up after stepping on whatever horrible bug that was. And she just puked in her own pool. Fuck her.
And after all that, she still said no.
After all that, I think that she ended up banging some dude later that day or week that was over. Oh my god, it was just. I've never been at such a loss for words, even just for a moment. Just I thought you were you were coming out. I was all excited that you chose me to be the one to come out to, and now I'm disappointed. Oh, sorry. Oh no, it's not that. Can I touch your boobs? I'll show you I'm not gay.
But you got to look at it now. I mean, let's face it, she's probably not doing anything of importance, and here you are.
No, wait, I did hear, this was well over 5 years ago, but apparently she got her finger lobbed off on an exercise bike at a gym, and she got like 60 grand. She used it to move to Colorado. Don't know anything else. So she's fingerless or whatever, pinkyless, thumbless, and she used the money to get the fuck out of Dodge, I guess.
And
Good
you've
on
got
her.
all your fingers, so who has
I
the
know.
last laugh here?
She missed out.
Do you know, there's a fetish for people with missing limbs. It's only a bloody segue into fetish talk.
Fetish talk, fetish talk. Everybody wants to talk about fetishes.
Have you seen any fetish porn? I have. I have this one particular video that has stuck with me. But before we get into my one quickly, I just wanted to know if you've seen any that have stuck out to you.
Well, if you'll harken back to, I guess it was season 1, we talked about who you and I dubbed the Ohio teddy bear molester. The Ohio teddy bear lover.
I remember.
Yeah, let me just encapsulate that for new listeners. Man arrested for the 4th time for having sex with a teddy bear in public. 4th occasion since 2010. Charles Marshall is the name. Let's see. Disorderly conduct in the most recent incident where employees at a health clinic noticed Marshall in an alley engaging in a sex act with poor little Teddy. 3 similar instances in the past. Let's see here. I'm looking at the court record, the Hamilton County Municipal Court. Deputy McClure being first duly... What's that say? Oh, sworn in. Deposes and says
Big
that
words, big words.
well, it's this terrible photocopy and scan. Charles Marshall, on or about 2/17/10 in Hamilton County and state of Ohio, did recklessly, and then this is the part where the officer had to fill in, engage in masturbation. That makes it, I love the technical speak that they can't. You just can't write jerking off to a teddy bear in your police report, can you? The complainant states that this complaint is based on patron's eyewitness account, subject's written confession, and verbal confession to engaging in masturbation with a teddy bear in the men's bathroom. So, 4 times this guy gets caught with this. We won't go into the other incidents. He's a teddy bear fucker. The article does say that it is unclear whether Marshall used the same teddy bear on each occasion.
Like that matters. This is actually a lot more sinister if Toy Story is real, because then this is just plain out rape.
Yeah, especially if it's the same teddy bear. Like, I guess they don't...
He's seen some shit, man.
Yeah, I don't want to get on this guy. Obviously, this man has committed crimes in a
But is it a crime?
Publicly indecent. He wants to fuck a teddy bear. Fine. Don't do it in an alleyway. Don't do it across from a school. He's got a bit of a track record. He's the Ohio teddy bear lover. If you had a name based on your fetish, what would you be? The London corpse humper? Just throwing that out there. Just taking a guess.
No, I would be to Irish Phil lover.
O'Neill is not a fetish or a fetishly compulsive character.
The ladies love him, alright? The ladies love him.
Look, stop avoiding. What would they call you, pervert?
No, I'm not a pervert. How dare you?
All right, well then what is your fetish? What did you see online?
Well, I should say that I wasn't actually looking for this for...
Related searches.
Well, I wasn't getting my jollies off to this. This was just purely shock factor, I guess.
Right.
So, you go to these dubious porn sites and they always have, like midgets getting gangbanged and all that, and you click
Chicks
on that.
farting and pudding.
Yeah, that sort of thing, and you click on that, and then you click on something else, and it leads you down the rabbit hole or whatever.
Right.
So I was watching this, must have been late 70s, early 80s porn, and it starts off normal. Woman, teenage girl comes in, whatever, scruffy-looking Breatharian comes in after her.
Right.
Whatever. They start the foreplay. She goes off into the bathroom to freshen up. She comes out. She's missing a leg. So she had a prosthetic leg.
Okay.
And she's got this nice little round stump for just below the shin.
Did the man put his penis in it?
No, she inserted her stumpy leg in his anus and foot fucked the shit out of him.
I hope they ran the sensors in a simulator.
I don't think there was any asshole technicians there to guide this little stump in, but it was shocking.
Catastrophic.
Dude, it was shocking. She just starts lubing up a stump, and you're like, okay, where's this gonna go?
Right, lube equals insertion.
Yeah, then you're just like, okay, where's this gonna go? Because it's starting off like he's gonna pound her. Nope, she's pounding him, and she's literally just moving her knee at this point. She's giving it welly. She's like trying to ride an anus bicycle at this point. It was crazy.
I like your concept of the anus bicycle. What do you do if you get flat? Sorry,
it was crazy. But I do like seeing midgets get thrown around in a gangbang. That's pretty funny.
Okay. I forgot for a moment that we were podcasting. I was drifted away in a erotic fantasy. So you're saying you hopped around purely sensational, that you watched that, you didn't get any tingle in the penis area?
Oh, at the beginning it was great.
Right, well, before the ass insertion.
But then you just gotta think, if you're that guy, how has your life led to this? Where you're getting paid for a woman to stick her stump up your ass?
Maybe it was his thing. I mean, what's the worst possible I mean, this dude fucking a teddy bear or whatever, bad, but if you think about it in the grand old scale, it's not that big of a deal.
People that amputate their testicles?
I don't understand the people that need the pain with the pleasure. That's just me. Call me a prude. But I like to separate the two. Pleasure, good. Want that a lot. Pain, bad. Means something bad is happening to me. Want it to stop. Don't want the two. I'm assuming there's some weird psychosexual connection that happens when you're young. Like people that love to get off on shit. I mean, you need to have some fucked up experience. I don't think you just decide one day. I think you have to have that develop. There's just so many kinks. I think I got on your case before that porn today, when I was younger, porn was named more aptly. Now it's just like, watch bitch get her fucking cunt violated twice. Like, put a little sunshine on that, all right?
But I'm telling you, does that not get your man juices a-flowing?
It's just, there's no imagination anymore. God damn it.
There's no imagination in seeing women get fucked anymore.
Well, I don't want to get off in a rant. Sorry.
Dude, speaking of people getting fucked, I saw the most amazing porn. there was this Japanese lady, and she's in one of those gliders, where it's got a big giant fan on the back, and it's like a little, I guess, parasail or whatever. I don't know.
Right. I saw one in James Bond where he had 2 parachutes, so it looked like he landed in snow, right? He had skis on his little parasailer. Then he was, because he had a big fan on him, skiing around, fell off another cliff, another parachute. Dun, Sorry, you were saying?
He is well prepared. Well, that was amazing because she's just flying above the sky, with a vibrator, squirting. Just imagine if you're just walking and then some juice just lands on your head.
God damn it, 006.
069. Now.
Yeah. Really, 007, do be careful with that. It's a government issue vibrator. Sorry.
I don't want to press this time, but we are nearly running out. So let me just use
But no, I need to use more of my time to imagine some sort of James Bond-esque female villain floating around
Let's just
on a
have
glider.
3 seconds of imagination, okay? And imaginate. Okay, that was great. I'm going to use my world-famous segue techniques here. Phil!
Known throughout the world.
We
for
have a
his segues.
podcast, right?
No, I almost segued and you ruined it because we were talking about intensity and ranting.
We have a podcast, and it's all about conversation.
Haircut.
What's this? Tips? Conversational tips!
Oh, shit.
Another running trend we have here at Wave of Absurdity is to teach you, the listener, about many varied topics. And today Phil has brought this nugget of conversational mistakes that you probably do. Do.
Ah! You hit the doo-doo button. Now, as you can see, we are master conversationalists. If it's one thing we pride ourselves on here at Wave of Absurdity, it's the ability to come up with material to help you, the listener, be more of a conversationalist in public. I mean, I don't know about you, but the first 2 seasons of Wave of Absurdity, couldn't remember the name of the podcast, but the first 2 seasons, I think, would give you more than enough to talk to any random stranger, particularly if you're stuck with them in a cell for like 3 or 4 years. More than enough stuff there. So, you want to make sure that you do not commit these little mistakes. Let's, we'll use Owen and myself as little comparisons. Number 1. Not listening. Is this something perhaps Owen is guilty of?
Huh?
I said not listening is the number one.
Oh, mm-hmm. Yep.
There's a mistake that people make in a conversation. It has to do with, it has to do with not listening. Don't be like most people. Don't just wait eagerly for your turn to talk, all right? Put your ego... Owen, you there?
Yep.
Put your own ego on hold.
Put my own eagle on hold?
Are you... You're not your eagle, your ego. Do you have an eagle?
I mean...
All right. Sorry. Number 2, asking too many questions. As you can see in our perfectly executed little play just back there, asking too many questions is a problem. Do you have an eagle? Obviously, Owen owns an eagle. All right? Not a question that is needed. If you ask too many questions, the conversation can feel, a little bit like an interrogation. Have you ever had eagle before, Owen? As a food stuff?
What am I? Being questioned by the police? Go fuck yourself.
Tightening up. When in conversation with someone you just meet, you might become a bit tightened up, a little bit awkward. You might get a little bit on the defensive, as Owen demonstrated when we accused him of crimes against nature. All right. Somebody, I don't know. Calm down. Calm down. Nobody's really going to call you out on this, okay? Never leave home without reading the newspaper. That's our advice.
What?
Nobody reads the fucking newspaper. Where are we? Number 4, poor delivery. Hey, what just happened? I could have presented that much. Poor delivery.
I'm not tipping
Poor.
because the food is
Poor
totally slush.
delivery.
I made a delivery food joke.
Some things to think about. Slowing down. When you get excited about something, it's easy to start talking faster and faster. Try and slow down, okay? Don't be afraid either to talk as loud as you need for people to hear you. That shouldn't be a problem for you, Owen, should it?
No.
Speaking clearly. Do not mumble or have a British accent. And speak with emotion.
At least I don't have a British accent here.
No one
Thank
listens.
goodness. I'm
No
following
one's
the rules.
listening. No one listens. Be prompt, okay? You don't want to hog the spotlight. We've all been guilty of this, right? Right, Owen?
No.
Everyone involved in the conversation should get their time in the spotlight, even if they have fractured Irish personalities. It's don't interrupt someone. Don't interrupt someone when they're telling some anecdote or their view on what you're discussing to divert the attention back to yourself. Don't hijack their story about skiing before it's finished to share your best skiing anecdote. Find a balance, Owen. Find a balance. Rally 007. So, first of 5.
Rotted all over myself.
You're either going to have to wait till the end of season 3 or until some personal tragedy strikes Owen or myself to get the rest, the remaining 5. Conversational no-nos. Did you learn anything here, Owen, besides your newfound love for equal meat?
You know, I've taken... I can't even use
Tooken.
grammar. I've learned nothing.
I've tooken that eagle.
I've taken your advice and you raised me good.
Crikeys. So, what were we talking about? Fetishes? No, conversations. Yes. Don't make those mistakes. Meanwhile, somebody's ranting about haircuts on
Wrong.
Craigslist. No?
Wrong. I have the list right here. No, somebody isn't prepared for a change. Who's that, I wonder?
Bark.
Exactly. It's time for Would You Rather.
The game that Owen likes to ruin.
How do I... You ask me a question and I pick an answer.
No, you don't. You talk about the options available and how they best suit your nefarious needs. I'm going to ask Owen a would you rather question. The idea is to put the person a little on edge, hear their response, have a little humorous conversation. When in fact what's going to happen is I'm going to ask Owen a would you rather question, and we're going to get a response that makes you believe that potentially you're talking to the Zodiac Killer number 2. So, keeping that in mind, I would like to ask you, Owen, would you rather? All right, if you had to be stuck with one for a year, would you rather 365 days have to give a graphic naked picture of yourself to anyone who asked for it, or give up any form of sexual gratification whatsoever? You can't touch yourself. You can't have your sister touch you. You can't have your sister
What?
make you touch yourself. You can't use your sister to touch me. You can't do any of that.
Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you?
So you can't have any form of sexual gratification for 257 days. The new filier, 357 days. You can't have any sexual gratification. Or if somebody comes up to you and says, may I have a graphic naked picture of you? You have to provide them with one. And we'll put it on a billboard that they can ask.
Well, I mean, Luckily for me, I get my jollies by people seeing my John Thomas, and I will often slip it out.
Surprise,
inconspicuously.
people! Owen likes showing people his junk. Surprise.
So, it's a simple one. I would rather show a graphic naked picture of myself. To whom may ask?
Alright. It's graphic naked, okay? Doesn't mean necessarily sexually exploitative.
That's right. I'll just do like a goatsy in the mirror within.
It bothers me how willing you are to just goatsy in the mirror. This shouldn't be this way, Owen. It shouldn't be this way. Again, near the end of every podcast, I feel very adversarial towards you.
I like you.
Speaking of adversarial, how about a rant from Philadelphia? One of the top 5 states for ranting, according to Craigslist, 2010.
Is it really? Did you just make that up?
I did. Since Philadelphia is the 5th largest city in these United States, I just assumed it had the 5th most rants on Craigslist. This one might just spark a little conversation. And I start.
Okay.
Posted 1 day ago. Email to friend? No. Reason? Haircut. I once had a young 18 to 20-year-old cut my hair at the hair cuttery. I've been there.
Hair cuttery, not just a barber's, just a hair cuttery. Okay.
Yes. No, they have a practice of hiring in that age category, wearing them outfits. She was rubbing her tits on my arms and shoulders as she cut. Even rubbed her twat against my hands.
Oh, God.
As I had them white-knuckled against the chair.
Ew.
I was near panicking not to move them out of fear she'd scream assault or something. Only she kept placing it there. The thought crossed my mind to start fooling around, but I let the chance pass me by. Again, followed by more boobs and pressing herself against me. Then, as she's finishing up, she says something I'll never forget. So, I notice your hair is starting to recede a bit. We have some great shampoos on sale that really work great with that. I felt so stupid. I was about 30. Embarrassed for being called out on my 5-head. And embarrassed for being taken advantage of as a sales tactic. So I walked out. I wonder if he paid. So I walked out and went straight home. Last line of this rant. And the shampoo didn't do jack shit either, fucking snake oil. Oh, that poor bastard. It was so bad, he had to go and anonymously spew this out on Craigslist.
Was the username not Phil Skimbosh?
Yeah, I know, totally not Phil. I've been to 2 separate hair cutteries. They do. I don't know if you just get comfortable resting your body parts against people when you're in that business or whatever. You just, whatever makes you comfortable. You're cutting hair all day. You lean in. You rest your rack on somebody's shoulders. They do. They do lean in. And there's mirrors everywhere. It's just...
So you can see yourself being a pervert?
Well, no, so you can see cleavage no matter what.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see yourself being a pervert.
I'd rather look at cleavage than look at myself being a pervert.
Do you think that when they spray your hair and they give you that wet hair look, no matter what, you kind of look a bit like Hitler?
No. But when I say, man, you know what, make me look like Hitler, then I look like Hitler.
I'm telling you, if somebody wets your hair, look into a mirror, you look like Hitler.
I'd still rather look at cleavage.
Than Hitler?
I suppose you could put a little picture of Hitler on the mirrors, and while I'm looking at cleavage, you could bring up something Hitler-esque, Something about his toilet or something. And I would probably pay attention.
You sicken me. And would you look at that rescue's coming for us? So...
Thank fucking God. Are we underwater still? I was confused.
No, we're on a life pod on the ocean. Can't you see the big ship that's coming towards us? And it's getting quite close to an iceberg. Surely this is going to end perfectly well.
Are you making some sort of reference to the Titanic that we're not going to get saved?
Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
Police. Computer virus fooled child porn suspect into turning himself over to police. Sorry, a little bit of leftover news. Have you heard...
Goodness.
Have you heard of the FBI virus?
I believe that's a piece of malware that tricks people into sending money to a fake account to remove an infraction or something.
Yes, hijackware, I think, is the fancy pseudonym that it goes by, in that it asks you to get a money pack, or, digital currency. You go pay some money, and that they want $200 or $300 because, and they have this big list. It's a nice official looking screen that pops up, locks your computer up a little bit. Sometimes it'll take a picture of you and throw it up there. Official FBI warning. You may have been looking at child porn, bestiality, engaging in terroristic threats, violating various codes of human conduct, and so on and so forth. If you'd like this to all go away, give us $200 or $300. The moment anything asks for money, that would raise your suspicions, yes? According to the Prince William County Police Department, 21-year-old J. Matthew Riley of Woodbridge, Virginia, he got this little virus. He brought his computer to the station, asking if he had any warrants on file for child pornography. He told police he was looking at child pornography, and an FBI warning came onto his computer, ordering him to pay a fine or be investigated. I like the fact that this guy thought that he got caught and got offered some instant electronic bribe. Like, oh, shit, I don't have that money. Might as well just go down. So they searched his computer and found several inappropriate messages and photos with a 13-year-old girl. I don't know what's worse, the crime or the stupidity.
Oh, definitely the stupidity.
Yeah, should I feel bad that I think that's worse? Like, all right, it's scum, whatever, fine. But fucking A, dude. You went down to the goddamn police station with your computer. Who does that?
Well, you just don't want to pay the fine, man. I can agree to that, you know. Who wants to pay the government money, huh? Oh, no, it's not actually the government that's getting the money.
Yeah, I've taken that virus off of several computers of unnamed neighbors and associates.
Dirty pedophiles.
Well, one person was a relative, a distant relative.
Oh, God.
And normally when that stuff happens, I think you and I are both in the category of the go-to family member for computer troubles.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get too agitated over that, again, in conversations we've had, even though initially it's fun, you look at their browser history, whatever, in the end, it's just best to do what you need to do and get the fuck out of there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, my God, yes.
I didn't the first time with this particular relative. It's like, oh, all right. Gotta help them out. Jesus, Mary, and fucking Joseph. Do not set me next to this person on Thanksgiving, all right? I don't want to judge by your history, but Christ, I am judging you.
I would love to dive deeper into this judging, but it looks like the ship's getting a lot closer now, so we do have to go.
Yeah. Plus, we don't have anything else to talk about.
Well,
Oh,
about how much
sorry.
I
That's what
hate
I
you.
wrote this down, so I didn't say that out loud. I'm sorry.
well, hopefully you'll hear from us next week, or
Soon.
not, or not.
Yeah. Hopefully, Owen will not get his sister to touch me transatlantically. Wait, is it the Atlantic? Which direction do you go? What's closer?
I go down. Hi, that's a sex joke. Good night, everyone.
Bisexual.
Quack. Role play.
Oh, Christ.
Well, one of us is going to be a tongue, and the other is going to be a letter about to be licked.
Can it be something that requires sustained licking, like a lollipop?
No,
All right, fine.
it's a
Then
goddamn letter that's already licked about 5,000 envelopes, and this is the last one.
all right. Well, you failed to mention that part.
Well, excuse me, you just hijacked it by slapping on somebody's lollipop.
You have been excused.
Who
Please
wants to
continue.
be the tongue and who wants to be the envelope?
I will be the tongue.
Alright, I will be a folded piece of paper. And scene.
La 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 la.
I've just witnessed the most. What is he doing? There goes Jim. Jim, no, for the love of Christ, Jim! I told you to keep your shutter shut.
So slimy.
God, I'm next. Okay, Owen. Okay, Owen. You just gotta get through this. Oh God, he's picking us up. He's picking. All right, just take us to a nice, happy place. Nice, happy place. Oh my God,
Cornstarch based adhesive.
Oh,
Get sticky. Get sticky. Get sticky. You feel the bonding happen. You feel the bonding happen. This is why they're always at the end, because I cannot possibly talk to Owen any longer after this.
don't stop.
Oh, I'm gonna send you to Constantinople.
Send me to the mailroom, you slut.
I've been seeing somebody else. The stamp.
You. Oh.
It's a 43-cent stamp! You realize that cost more than you?
Bitch. I'll take my sticking glue elsewhere.
I didn't even have to mail this. I was just bored.
Scene.
Alright, I can see now that I definitely need a bell before the start of episode 1. If I'm to keep up, I need that option.
Well,
Right.
like I said, hopefully you'll have a normal episode next week. If not, well, family tragedies.
Yeah, wow, I didn't say family, but that's grim. Grim prediction. Hopefully you won't hear 2 of these in a row. Unless, again,
That would be really bad.
unless we have already finished season 3, and we're like, oh, what do we do with this? Oh, we forgot about this. Although, I'm sure you'll hear one of these at some point.
Good night, gentle listener.
We're recording this in the morning.
Okay, climb up the rope ladder, you son of a bitch. Get on this motherfucking shit. Dude, have you been working out? Your glutes are so tight. That's a turn off.
I've already stopped my recording. Well, no, I haven't. But now I have.
Now I'm good.
That's what I wait for.